Hey fam, it's your girl Lady R. How are you guys doing this evening? I hope fine. Well, today I did not ride. It was 90 something degrees outside. So I did some HIIT exercises from the Apple app. I decided to subscribe so that I could continue to work out even when I can't go outside or I don't feel like going anywhere. I can just pick anything from 10 minutes to 30 minutes and work out. So I did the HIIT exercises. There were 10 minutes apiece. So I did 2 of them so that I would have at least 20 minutes of workout time and time enough for me to go back to work after lunch. Then after work, I actually got out of the door on time and went to my trainers and I worked out, and yes, that shoulder started acting up again. I was doing lateral raises and stepping up on a stepper, so my knees were starting to hurt. I wanted to give up. I wanted to quit. But as I was finishing the rounds, the pain that was gnawing at my shoulder and my knees had started to subside. And I was like, look at that. Just look at that. Mentally, I could have been just telling myself to give up, give up, give up, give up. But I kept telling myself, keep going, keep going, keep going. Because I know that, I'm gonna hurt. I'm gonna have pain. It's just a part of my life. But it will get better the stronger I get. And I'm hoping that I can eventually put this darn arm behind my back like that. I can't do that. It hurts a lot, this side. It's agony, but that's okay. We'll figure it out. We'll get there. But I want to talk about 2 things Dr. Burns has talked about in his next principle of jumping to conclusions. You have the mind reader and you have the fortune teller. I'm going to talk a little bit about the mind reader. Has anyone ever walked into a room and spoke to someone and they didn't answer you back? Or you may have been talking about some project to a group of people and you got one person fidgeting and the other person looking the other way. And all of a sudden, from the person not responding to you when you speak, oh, they must not like me. They didn't speak to me. They couldn't speak. Or the people fidgeting and looking the other way during the time that you were trying to present a project or something. Maybe the other person has attention deficit. Maybe the other person has some serious stuff going on at home. Or you might see somebody sleeping. They might have been up all night. Who knows? In other words, the mind reader has to stop reading other people's minds. People have a life. They're self-absorbed in what they have going on. And it has nothing to do with you, me, or I, or whomever. Don't take it personal. That person may not even notice that they're doing these things. Some people have a hard time paying attention. I do. I know I do. And it takes a lot for me to pay attention. I try my best. Now, the fortune teller, that's the person that is always having negative thoughts about something that's going to happen in the future. Let me see. I had something in mind, but let's just say, for instance, I'm insulin resistant. So I could foretell of becoming full diabetic and ending up with high blood pressure or losing my eyesight or losing my limbs or, I just know it's going to happen. That's a person they call a fortune teller. And I mean, that might not be a great example, but it's someone who focuses on negative outcomes and they distort it a lot. And they think that it's going to happen to them. Or maybe It's just driving somewhere and they just have this fear of, I know I'm going to end up in an accident. Your thoughts, your cognitive thoughts are what creates that depression, and sometimes that situation, because of how you're thinking. We, myself and I, have to change that thing around and start thinking of positive outcomes. No matter how gloom and doom the situation may be, you have no idea what the outcome is going to be. Stop trying to fortune tell yourself out of life. You paralyze yourself. And I can say that I'm guilty of that, of the fortune telling. I know that I have said it, or I have done it before. I don't know when, but the mind reader thing, I know I've done that before. I know I've called somebody and they knew that I was calling and they didn't answer the phone, and immediately I thought, oh, so now they're avoiding my phone call. But that's dumb. That's dumb. I'm gonna say it is dumb. Serious things happen to people sometimes when they don't answer the phone. Or the person could have been just in the restroom. I mean, let us stop, and I'm gonna stop too, taking things personal and stop trying to predict the future. Think about positive things. If someone doesn't speak, that has nothing to do with you. It doesn't mean they don't like you. Doesn't mean they're talking about you. I mean, honestly, people have a life. They have their own projects. They have their own problems to focus on. I just want to leave you guys with that bit of information about jumping to conclusions, and you have the mind reader and you have the fortune teller. Let's stop jumping to conclusions. Let's start thinking about positive things. Let's start realizing that other people have a life. We can't read their mind. We don't know what's going on, why they didn't answer their phone, why they didn't speak, or why they didn't show up to an event, or whatever the case may be. We don't know why, so let's stop guessing. That will cut back on a lot of stress. And fortune telling, you can't predict anything, so let's stop that too. That just creates more anxiety, and then it creates a situation where you may not want to leave the house. Let's just try to be more positive. And once again, as I'm ending this, I want you to do something nice. Do something nice for somebody. I want you to stop, thinking that it's all about you. Start thinking about positivity. Maybe this person has something to do. We get into that rut of trying to read somebody else's mind. Stop it. Just ask. Next time you talk to them. Have a good evening, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.